Hi, my name is Queli Denes. I am a master student in the Industrial System and Process course at University of Santa Cruz do Sul. Today, I will present the research entitled Life Cycle Assessment, a contribution for environmental indicators in slaughterhouse. Meat consumption plays a vital role in humanity's evolution until the present day. The demand for meat generates the need for production in competitive and more sustainable prices, minimizing environmental impacts. New sustainability policies related to corporate social responsibility, allied with technologies, have been implemented in food production. Sustainable development has been discussed for the past 30 years and adds the social responsibility and sustainability in the focus of discussions. The United Nations Agenda 2030 corroborates the sustainable development debate by establishing goals that represent environmental, social, and economic aspirations. Hence, the main objective of this work was to create a model to monitor and control environmental indicators through the LCIA in a pig meat processing plant, where the indicators should have a causal relationship with the sustainability strategies of the organization. A systematic approach was conducted to assess the life cycle environmental impacts of pig meat production process. The study process began with receiving the swine from the field in the pen area. The animals rest in the stalls before entering in the slaughterhouse. Then they are cleaned and taken to the stunning and bleeding area, after which they are scalded to facilitate the removal of hair and hooves. The carcass go through the cooling and maturation process to be quartered and standardized in commercial, chilled, or frozen cuts when they are ready to be shipped to customers or consumers. The CMLEA baseline V3.05 method was used for the LCA from a short-term perspective. The data was analyzed in the dimensions of each category and/or normalized. The functional unit to assess research use was 1,000 kilograms of meat products at the slaughterhouse chicken door. The industrial plant in southern Brazil, which made the study feasible, has an average slaughter of 4,000 pigs per day, representing 500 tons, equivalent to 350 tons of finished products after manufacturing. Since these values represent the whole dimension of the slaughtering and processing of pigs, the standardization of the operating activities for each industrial process stage and the process that mitigates environmental impacts are recognized as stable, demanding a disruptive innovation to add value to the sustainability. Figure compares the impact categories potentially to the meat processing activities with support activities. effluent treatment and sanitization. It was observed in each step, each activity could potentially have impacts at root. These observations aid in evaluating management actions for monitoring to minimize these impacts. Among all categories assessed, besides the highest representativeness in 5 categories: abiotic depletion, global warming, marine ecotoxicity, acidification, and eutrophication. It was observed that during the 3 years of study, the impacts in the different categories varied less than 10%. The process inputs that bring the most of these impacts to analyze the life cycle were the high energy consumptions to control the environment and produce temperatures, and cardboard packing for product accommodation, in plastic packing, disposal of visceral waste, and generation of an effluent that requires treatment, and LPG use. One of the tools used by the company to measure its degree of process performance improvement against the company's strategic objective is the KPI, Key Performance Indicators, commonly used by lean production to measure business efficiency. Mean indicators can also be used defined as results of process operation indicators, PPI. Thus, the environmental indicators resulting from LCIA that are suggested in addition to what the company already monitored were: energy consumption by sector, equipment efficiency, refrigeration efficiency, heat leakage point, LPG consumption, and pressure of LPG, steam consumption by sector. It is concluded that it was possible to apply the LCA to the process of pig meat to identify the main environmental impacts and which parameters are relevant and can be monitored in the organization. Additionally, we present the indicators KPI and PPI that could be added to the monitoring already existing in the company. KPI and PPI can be registered and analyzed automatically and daily. They could be defined based on environmental aspects identified in LCIA of the pig meat production process. From this monitoring, the company could establish a cause and effect relationship according to the organization's strategic objectives. Thank you for your attention and see you soon.